Thank you. Moving on. A day after former Andhra Chief Minister Jagan Reddy's Delhi visit protesting over the political murders in the state, the TDP President and Andhra Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu escalated the attack in the state assembly and compared the former CM to slain Colombian narco-terrorist Pablo Escobar. Chandrababu Naidu claimed Andhra Pradesh had become the ganja capital under Reddy's rule. Naidu went on to say how religion was under attack under Jagan's rule and temples were desecrated with a hidden agenda. A very, very strong charge that's been made. CM Naidu's big charge against Jagan was that religious places were attacked under YSRCP government. Hidden agenda behind temple attacks. Lakshmi Narasimha Swami chariot caught fire. Ram idol was vandalized at Ram Tirtham. And silver was stolen from the Vijayawada Durga temple. Nandi statue was stolen from Nellore Shiva temple. Cases were slapped against us when fact-finding team visited Ram Tirtham. Sentiments of devotees were hurt in Andhra. Deepak Reddy, national spokesperson of the TDP and ex-MLC, should be joining us. Konda Rajiv Gandhi, YSRCP spokesperson with us, and Dr. Anand Ranganathan also stays on in this conversation. But let's first go across to Konda Rajiv Gandhi with us at this point. Namaste, Jai Hind. How would you respond to these allegations? How would you respond to these allegations made by Chandrababu Naidu garu?
Well, warm good evening. First of all, Chandrababu Naidu is a man who can assassinate the character of anyone for his own political existence. If you see the political history or scenario of Mr. Chandrababu Naidu, he didn't even step back in assassinating his character of his own father-in-law, Mr. Senior NTR. He, in a very disgusting manner, he assassinated the Senior NTR character in his friend's paper called Eenadu in the form of dirtiest cartoons in the political history of Andhra Pradesh. So this is nothing new to the people of AP, especially whenever Babu needs a political space or whenever Babu in some downtrading traditions, definitely Babu will come and attacking in a Goebbels manner. Today, Chandrababu Naidu comparing our party chief and the ex-chief minister of Andhra Pradesh with some drug lord, it is being very astonishing. Why? Because we people compare Chandrababu always with the Goebbels, who is a propaganda minister in Nazi's rules. We thought that there is an end for that era in 1945. But Babu may feel as it is false. Still, that era is existing in the form of Chandrababu Naidu in Andhra Pradesh.
So, are you trying to say that you are allowed to call people names and compare people with Nazis, but others cannot compare your leader with drug lords if there is an evidence of ganja consumption rise in Andhra Pradesh, and if there is an agenda or a hidden agenda which is pointing towards conversion and working with certain allied groups? 1 minute. Deepak Reddy ji, your response?
A very good evening. In fact, Chandrababu Naidu ji, being the chief minister, and he was in the house today, so he was very polite in his words. I think Jagan Mohan Reddy is something far more than the drug lord Pablo Escobar, because Pablo dealt only with a few drugs. But in the case of Andhra, he was dealing in liquor, he was dealing in ganja, he was dealing in hard drugs, and there were certain containers. One of the largest catch in Indian history. 2 of the containers had their links to Andhra Pradesh. So you can draw your conclusions from that. Now, coming to the temples issue, there were more than 320
Here is one thing,
attacks.
Deepak ji. You are making this allegation. We as a channel do not endorse it, and I as a person do not endorse when you say that these were directly linked to Jagan Mohan Reddy or the YSRCP. They were linked to Andhra Pradesh, yes. But do you have proof when you say that Jagan Mohan Reddy or the YSRCP was directly linked to it? That's the key question.
Coming straight to the ganja issue, not just Telugu Desam party saying, several police chiefs of several states across India have clearly confirmed that the ganja is originating from Andhra Pradesh, and the leaders of YCP are behind that. I mean, you can't have such a free flow unless there is political patronage. Point number 2, as far as the alcohol is concerned, I mean, we have calculated the corruption in the last 5 years between 60,000 crores to 1 lakh crores, where Kejriwal is like a kindergarten student front of the corruption, what was done in this state. And the drugs, both the containers had their offices in Andhra, and the addresses were given in Andhra. One of the containers, the address location was linked to a YCP leader. So we came out with,
that's
all
how
these
you're drawing the party allegation. The other allegation that Chandrababu Naidu garu made on the floor was of the hidden agenda or conversion. That there was a straight attack, direct attack under Jagan Mohan Reddy's rule on the Hindu way of life in Andhra Pradesh. At temples, idols, and of course, was the agenda to back missionaries and conversion.
I'm glad this issue has come up now, because people generally tend to be politically, they don't want to talk these kind of things. But I had the privilege of walking along with Lokesh ji on the Padayatra, and I've seen like so many rural places where the temples, are not even 20 to 25%. The other 30 and 30 are new mosques and new churches built in a whole lot of rural places of Andhra Pradesh. But they claim to be Hindus. But they're actually converted and they're going to the churches. You can clearly see that. Okay, now that is not the issue here. The bigger issue here is the first 1 or 2 years of Jagan Mohan Reddy's government, more than 300 temples were attacked and desecrated. We have made a huge, hue and cry about it. And some of the leaders had the audacity to come and say that Chandrababu Naidu ji from Hyderabad went to one particular temple location in the night, put it up in fire, and then again he came back to Hyderabad.
Yeah.
This was irresponsible comments which were being done by the then ruling party. So, if it is 1 or 2 or 3 temples, that's fine. But a total of around 300 attacks have taken place. So it was done in a collaborative manner where there were no CC cameras, the attack was taking place. So there is clearly a motive behind that.
So
and last point, Jagan Mohan Reddy and his family are practicing Christians. We have no problem about that. But when Jagan Mohan Reddy visits the temple, Balaji temple, all we were demanding is he has to sign on the declaration saying that although he is not a Hindu, he respects the Hindu traditions and the traditions of the temple and go in. He never did that. So this is blatant violation of the sentiments of Hindus. And they started selling the TTD lands. A whole lot of deliberate attacks were done on the Hindu community in Andhra Pradesh in the last 5 years during Jagan Mohan Reddy.
So some serious allegations that you've made, Konda Rajiv Gandhi, before I get your rebuttal. Dr. Ranganathan, your point, and then Rajiv Gandhi, please respond to all of them. Yeah.
No, very erudite Mr. Reddy before me have spoken, and he's told of the facts, what happened under Mr. Jagan Reddy. The truth is that he's also being selective. Because if I were to talk about what happened under Mr. Chandrababu Naidu before Jagan became the chief minister, those 5 years when Mr. Naidu was the chief minister, they were on average 200 temple-related offences every year, amounting to about 800, 900 on average over 5 years, that involved as many temple idol thefts, ornament thefts, desecration as that happened under Jagan Reddy's dispensation. So let's deal with facts out here. Both the regimes of Mr. Chandrababu Naidu and Mr. Jagan Reddy have had on average the same number of temple offences and temple and idol thefts. That I'm giving you the stating the facts that were on the floor of the assembly. So there is no contention out here. The other fact is it also not a fact that conversion happened under Mr. Chandrababu Naidu's regime as well? Is it not a fact that as many temples were under the control of the government as they were under Jagan Reddy? But over and above, with due respect, I like to ask, is it or is it not a fact that Mr. Chandrababu Naidu wanted 4% blanket reservation for Muslims?
Deepak Reddy, do you want to answer that? And then we'll bring in Konda Rajiv Gandhi. Yeah.
There's no secret on that. That has been our party policy way before we had an alliance with the BJP. So, and when the manifesto was being issued, the BJP representative also was there, and they say they respect the beliefs of, the policy of our party. That has nothing to do with the temple desecration. The temple desecrations in Andhra Pradesh during Jagan Mohan Reddy's regime was collaborated and with a malified intention. Now, that's the topic, and it was done with an intention to target the Hindu community and hurt the sentiments of Hindu community. So this is something which has to be looked at.
Right. Konda Rajiv Gandhi.
Well, my friend Mr. Deepak ji also stating such kind of statements, it's really hurting, or even you also have to think, if something happens under your governance and you feel that it is not with malified intention, but if something happens in the other government and you're ready to comment that it is with malified intention, what is this? Is this justice for you is one side and justice for us is the other side? Is this the right way to speak? Well, please let me, you have to confirm, there were 30 people killed in Pushkaras. You know, Pushkara is very much related to Hinduism. It is like a very, very purified water, and we have very, see, it's a historical event which comes for every 12 years. In such event, 30 people were killed due to Babu. Tell me one thing, Babu, with a malified intention, he want to demolish the Hinduism and Hindu system. Babu and his family willfully and malifiedly killed 30 people. If I comment that, what will be your comment? See, coming to the point of the Hinduism or Christianity or Muslim, whatever it may be, every religion should be treated equally and respectfully. As a Hindu, I respect my religion, I love my religion, and I respect other religions too. As you quoted that, whoever belongs to other religion, if they visit to Tirumala, they have to sign there. Well, you are such aware, but even you should be aware that whoever goes to the Tirumala temple by steps, they need not sign over there, because who people which come by steps, that definitely they can go and have a darshan. See, for everything there will be a rule and regulations. Simply you people trying to divert the politics. The matter about the politics in our AP current situation is about the brutal murders, about the atrocities, about the attackings, about the demolition, about the law and order. This is the issue, and you are intellectually diverted this issue into the Hinduism, and you're talking about the drugs and ganja. Let me tell you, you're the speaker. Who is the speaker of Andhra Pradesh? I have many proofs with me. If you can't keep it on the screen, I'm ready to send through WhatsApp or something. Because your MLAs, your ex-MLAs, even your speaker who are related with the ganja businesses, and you said the 2 containers drugs, right? The BJP chief Purandareswari and his son were directly related with that company, and what happened to that? Okay, if we are related or you are related, let the CBI decide. You are in the government, right? Everybody in India knows that if Babu retains his MPs, definitely this NDA government will be collapsed. So you are the supreme power, right? Let's go to CBI inquiry with all the ganja activities and drug activities in Andhra Pradesh. How much time you are required? Will you
Deepak Reddy, quick response.
See something within 6 months or 1 year?
Right.
Come on.
I mean,
Don't
see,
with the words. Please go with action.
I like to talk straight to the point. The issue here is that did Jagan Reddy intentionally hurt the sentiments of Hindus? Yeah, their family are practicing Christians. I have no problem about it. All I'm saying is that they have to respect the sentiments of the Hindus. Jagan Reddy's sister got married in a church, and when Mr. Rashekar Reddy passed away, the last rites were conducted with Christian way, and Jagan Reddy's mother carries a Bible wherever she walks, and in the Jagan Reddy's house in Hyderabad has a cross on it. So they are practicing Christians. So why don't they respect the sentiments of Hindus? Is what I'm telling. And when 330 temples were attacked in their tenure, what action have they taken? Is a straight question what I have to ask.
Right. 1 minute, Dr. Ranganathan, I have to wind up. Yes, Dr. Ranganathan, quickly.
Now, as I said, Mr. Reddy is a very dear friend and very erudite. He still has to answer the fact that if the same number of crimes happened under his regime and the same number of crimes happened under Mr. Jagan Reddy's regime, as I have given you the concrete data, this is government data. So you can't be wrong there. You have to explain why he's saying that under one regime, they were anti-Hindu and that is why it happened. But under our regime, we weren't anti-Hindu and still they happened.
Right. So you got to walk the walk and talk the talk. That's where it stays. Now in this regime of Chandrababu Naidu, what happens, and are the guilty punished? Is there less amount of drug trade, and does the vandalism against Hindus in Hindu temples and Hindu deities, attacks on that, does that come down, the desecration come down? We'll have to wait and watch. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Dr. Ranganathan stays on with us. We've got to take a very, very short break. When we come back, exclusive inputs on the free run that's been given to anti-India elements in Canada, not just anti-India, but thoroughly bigoted against Hindus. This is Hindu Messiah also on display, ladies and gentlemen. Stay with us.